postmodernism and modern culture. Postmodernism and modern culture are also known as modernism are two literary movements that stripped twice during 19th century and 20th century.
Postmodernism is a movement that began in the mid-20th century and is often described as reaction against modernism. Its worldview tells that everything is contingent and nothing is fixed.
So, let's get deeper. We will start postmodernism in the 1960s.
Postmodernism in the 1960s. During the late 1950s and 1960s, we first see the beginning of what is now understood as postmodernism. In the work of Susan Sontag and Leslie Fiedler, we encounter the celebration of what is sometimes called new sensibility.
Next is Jean-Francois Lyotard, 1984.
Jean-Francois Lyotard. He has been the proponent of contributing the principle to the debate of postmodernism, which was named the Postmodernism Condition, published in France 1979 and translated into English in 1984. Certainly, this book introduced the term postmodernism into academic circulation. For Lyotard, postmodern condition is marked by a crisis in the status of knowledge in Western societies and what he calls the obsolescence of the meta-narrative.
Next is Jean Baudrillard.
Jean Baudrillard. According to the Best and Kellner 1991, he achieved guru status throughout the English-speaking world and is claimed to be the one of the most high-profile postmodern theorists. However, for Baudrillard, postmodernism is not simply culture of a sign. Rather, it is the culture of simulacrum, which is an identical copy without an original.
So next is Friedrich Jameson.
Friedrich Jameson. He is an American Marxist cultural critic who wrote a number of very influential essays on postmodernism, which he differs from other theorists. His insistence that postmodernism can be best be theorized from within Marxist framework. For him, postmodernism is more than just a particular cultural style. It is above all periodizing concept from 1985.
Next is postmodern pop music.
Postmodern pop music. The two examples to consider on postmodernism and popular culture that might highlight different cultural texts and practices, and these are television and pop music. Pop music culture's rapid progression through realism, rock and roll modernism, and into postmodernism.
And the next is postmodern television.
Postmodern television. Jim Collins, 1992, points out television is often seen as the quintessence of postmodern culture. This claim can be made on the basis of a number of television, textual and contextual features.
So next is postmodern and the pluralism of value.
Postmodernism and the pluralism of value. The selective tradition, as William 2009 points out, postmodernism is governed by many kinds of special interests, including class interests. Particular interests articulated in specific social and historical contexts always inform selected information of tradition.
Next is the global postmodern.
Global postmodern. Its increasing globalization is one way in which the world is said to be becoming postmodern. In such scenario, globalization is the most successful exposition of American culture. around the globe in which the economic success of American capitalism is underpinned by the cultural works that is commodity supposedly to do ineffectively destroying indigenous cultures and imposing an American way of life on local population.
And the last one, convergence culture.
Convergence culture. Another aspect of postmodernism is convergence culture, where old and new media collide, where grassroots and corporate media intersect, where the power of the media producer and the power of the media consumers interact in unpredictable ways. Convergence involves the flow of media content across the range of different platforms. Convergent culture is the result of three factors. First, concentration of media ownership. Second, technological change. And the last one, the consumers of media.